gotta make a pay first.
No, but what's the difference? Because they didn't pay first is what we're trying to say. So what's the difference between us and them? Why didn't they pay first?
So they didn't have to pay their food.
That's all we're asking. Could you answer that question, please?
They didn't have to pay their food.
So you guys are discriminating pretty much.
So why didn't they have to pay?
Well, we just pay first.
No, so why?
But they didn't pay.
Why didn't they pay first? Why didn't they pay first? Why do we have to pay first and they didn't pay first? Could you please answer that?
I ate here before.
Could you just answer that?
They didn't have to pay first last time we ate here.
I ate here before. And I was with my girlfriend. And we ate here and I paid after. So why do we have to pay now? We could pay. That's the thing. But we feel like you're obviously feel some type of way for us to give us a check before we eat.
You think that we're gonna not pay?
That's what you think.
No, sometimes we need to pay first.
No,
sometimes.
It's not no sometimes.
Why sometimes?
We just something.
Why?
But why?
Man,
we want to know why.
Is it because we're black?
Got to do better. And the only way we're going to get better is have a tough conversation or two. These young men were right. They were right. They needed to ask the question that many would have avoided and say, here, take money. I won't come back. But they did something else. They're helping us to see ourselves. There's no transformation without acknowledgement. There's no acknowledgement without confrontation. Confrontation doesn't have to be mean-spirited, but it has to happen. Because truly we just confront what's in us. So they can see what's happening because we've all have had our biases and continue to have them. We have to consciously work against them. Don't lie and say, I don't see color. That means you don't see culture. You don't see pattern. You don't see pain. You don't see power. Come on, man. It's insane. So let's put them up full mask. So this video is going viral, all right? Black diners at a seafood restaurant in California. They were allegedly asked to pay prior to eating their food. They had eaten at the restaurant before. Reportedly, no one else was being asked to pay for their meal ahead of time. Now, after the interaction racked up over 7 million views, the men uploaded a response explaining in more detail what happened. Here it is.
And he gives us the menus, and we place our order. And after we place our order, he comes with the check. And we're not thinking nothing other check. We're just chilling, like still drinking our waters. And he tells us, he comes back and he tells us before they start making our food that we have to pay for our order.
And mind you, I have been to this establishment a couple of times with a girl, and I never had to do that before. So obviously I asked if that was like a change in their policy. It doesn't feel comfortable just going to somewhere that you're going to feel like you want to eat and you just don't feel welcomed. Obviously we left after the fact. But yeah, all being said, thank you guys so much for having our backs. I hope it doesn't happen to anybody else, because if it have happened to you guys, you definitely will feel like how we're coming from. I just hope that somehow that issue gets resolved, regardless of us getting anything from it, because that's not what we want. We wanted a sincere apology and an answer of why, but they have yet to provide that for us. So
Very proud of these young light workers who refused to be denied, and they were not disrespectful. They were respectful the entire time. They posed the relevant question. And just for those who are keeping record of statutory law, it's called public accommodations. And under the dynamic of public accommodations, you cannot treat one set of people differently than you treat another if your building is accessible to the public for commerce. You will be in violation of public accommodations. All right, dear brother, thoughts?
And props to those guys, and good for them for filming it and getting it, I think, on the internet. It makes me thankful that we live in a world right now where there's at least a modicum more of accountability in this situation. The restaurant should apologize. I don't understand when you have something like this going viral, how much effort it would take to admit, that there was some wrongdoing here. And I think what I'm most curious about is what was going on with that woman in her mind, because with the fact that there hasn't been an apology, it makes me wonder if this is kind of a top down, order. And she looked pained, and I'm not, trying to make her the victim here, because that's not the case at all. But I do wonder if there was sort of a clash happening internally when she maybe realized that this was going on. And so I hope at least maybe she took some time to reflect, but who knows?
Man, listen, and I understand your point, because a lot of times you'll see an upper management call, middle management has to carry it out, and now you're in this quagmire. So yeah, reflection on all levels.